Hello all. Today we'll see the fifth topic under the economic current affairs revision through MCQs. I hope you are following this update regularly. So stay tuned and please subscribe so that you might be getting regular videos. So the fifth topic today is regarding the DICGC. DICGC, that is the Deposit Insurance Credit Guarantee Corporation of India. So let's consider the three statements that we have framed here. First statement, under the DICGC, insured depositors will receive up to 5 lakh only after the liquidation of the bank. So is it right? So as we know, just a friendly reminder that when you see the question, pause the video, then go through the question, take some time, solve the question and come back to the discussion. So the first question is incorrect. It is incorrect because we do know that in the 2020 amendment, that is under the budget of the 2020, the government increased the amount from 1 lakh to 5 lakh. So there is no doubts about it. But is it right, which is the last statement, that is last part of the statement, that is only after the liquidation of the bank. Is it right or wrong? Of course, it is incorrect. The very reason why we are discussing about this is because of the DICGC amendment 2021. Under this amendment, this provision has changed. That is, even before the liquidation, they will be receiving. I'll come to that in a bit. The second statement, while RRBs and cooperative banks are insured under the DICGC, it's implied payment banks are not. Is it right? No, it is not. This is also incorrect. Even the payment banks will be insured under the DICGC. The final statement, DICGC is a fully owned subsidiary of the RBI. Yes, this is of course a correct answer. So which of the above are true? 1 or 2 are incorrect. Therefore, D, that is 3 only, will be the correct option. Now, coming a little bit more about the DICGC. So, as we said, the third statement is correct. It has been in place since 1961 and it is a fully owned subsidiary of the RBI. It is a fully owned subsidiary of the RBI. And second, the first statement, which is said, second statement, which we thought it was incorrect because all banks, understand that any bank, whatever be the bank, if at all it has acquired a bank license, it may be called by different names. It might be a payment bank, it might be a small finance bank, whatever it is. If at all it has a banking license, then they will be insured under the DICGC. But DICGC will not be eligible for NBFCs. NBFCs, they will not be under it. Clear? And even you might have a confusion regarding foreign banks. Even foreign banks will be part of the DICGC. And recently, I think you would be aware of the Punjab and Maharashtra Corporation Bank and other banks coming into some kind of stress. Because of the stress, for example, let's discuss about the PMC crisis. When the crisis emanated, the RBI placed a moratorium on the operations of the bank. That is, no depositor could even withdraw his or her money, and this is why it led to a lot of problems for the depositors in terms of liquidity. And the bank is not fully liquidated. There is some sort of problem which has to be rectified, and it may take, before resolving the problem, it may take 1 or 2 years or even more. So when that is the case, before resolving it completely, the depositors will not be allowed to withdraw. So this is one of the reasons why depositors' interest are of course at a disadvantage here. In order to address this problem and to bring more security to the depositors, the amendment was made in 2021. So what is this amendment? This amendment tries to bring a new clause under the DICGC. That is, prior to this amendment, the situation was that once a bank is brought under the RBI, the entire liquidation or the problem will be tried to resolve. If the problem is not, then we will have to wait for liquidation. So we will be appointing a liquidator, and the liquidator now in turn will have to oversee the process. Only the liquidator will act on behalf of the depositors, and he will apply to the DICGC, take the amount and give it back. You know, the average amount of time that is taken in the recent case is 7 to 8 years. So 7 to 8 years is the time before people are insured their amount. So to receive the insurance, it takes a huge amount of time. That is why this amendment was made. So under this amendment, there is a 90-day deadline. That is, even if the whole bank is not resolved through liquidation, anytime the RBI takes over or any moratorium is placed, within 90 days, a depositor will be receiving his claims. That is one important criteria. So under this only, the nearly 21 banks have been brought under this all-inclusive development of the DICGC, under which these banks, first of all, after the amendment, this is the procedure. 45 days, within 45 days, the particular bank will roll out a list of all the depositors to whom they have to pay back and send this to the DICGC. Now, DICGC will take another 30 days, and in the remaining days, that is within 90 days, the depositors need to be paid back. So this is about the DICGC. This is on the side. The amendment, two important amendments are very important. One is regarding the before, even prior to liquidation, they will be given the insurance. Second is regarding how this particular amendment also try to address the problem that was in the bank side. If you take the bank side, bank, whenever a new depositor is coming or depositing his money, up to 0.15% of the entire deposits, 0.15% of the deposit was paid as premium to the DICGC. So this was freezed. DICGC, this was frozen since the 1991 amendment. So there has been no change at all. So now, in order to bring flexibility and to make it more competitive, it has removed this limit. That is, no such stipulation that it should be 0. It could be higher than 0.15 or lower than 0.15. So if there is a risky area or a risky depositors, then the bank can choose to pay higher premium for that. And if there is a safer deposit, then it can choose to pay a lower insurance for that, or insurance premium. So on that basis, we have brought two amendments. So we have discussed in detail about these two amendments and a question. That's all for today. We'll see you in the next video.